Fun day. Adrian's down here doing trans cooler lines. I had to delete the video I had earlier, but I still have it saved because Adrian's gonna get in trouble. I'm not gonna name no names, but someone's gonna probably hit him, so I had to delete it. John's over here staying around, being a true union guy, just watching everybody else work. George is over here working. They've been trying to turn the same bolt for the last 3 hours, so we'll see if they eventually get it. So they're doing the seatbelt install. It's a RaceQuip 6-point harness, which let me go find it over here. Part number which part number is it? I think it's the 744004 RQPR. This is the 6-point 3-inch wide bolt-on harness. Doing this on the driver and passenger. I got these brackets from Henderson Race Shop when I ordered the seat mounts. Let's see what else. They're taking care of that. We're getting the transcooler plumbed up. So the little short vid I had the other day, we just got the DeWitt's I guess high performance radiator in right here. They're from I think Iowa, I believe is where they're at. So it's their Fox body standard core. I had them converted to a dual pass and then add the dash 16 bungs for the inlet outlet. And then I also ordered their ZL1 fan kit for that radiator. The ZL1 fan kit, I believe it's good for 5,000 CFM, which is probably I think the highest on the market, I think, right now. I think the ZR1 Corvette fan is like 4,500 CFM, something like that. But this is definitely the highest. If you follow Devin Vanderhoof on YouTube or just anywhere, he's got the S550. I think he works for Holley also, but has his own company, HCR Innovations, which that's the harness that I got. But he tested these fans, did a full bench test on a bunch of fans. This one actually came out in the winner for the most amperage, most CFM, and something else. It's basically requires a 0 to 5 volt reference, so the Holley will provide that. And then it just needs the regular power. So we got that in. I did have to trim back the upper core support, just because it was literally touching, and it's still tight for the downpipe, which I'm gonna have to redo that. Most likely add more angle to kind of kick it straight this way and then dump it down. So that'll be another thing we have to fix. Now just realizing it. After Chaos Cruise and LS Fest, I'm gonna be once we leave for LS Fest, I'm gonna be ordering the Team Z tube front end kit. So right after we get back from LS Fest, the car will be coming back apart. Shock towers forward are gonna get chopped off. Do the tube front end, redo the cold side, redo the downpipe just to get some more room. Which actually I might not need to do that, because when we do the tube front end, I'm probably gonna lower the radiator and move it forward a little bit more. And if anything, tilt it at an angle, so we should gain clearance there. But the cold side, I'm gonna have to make some modifications, just because, as you can see, the AN fitting's pretty close there. So, but I think there's just enough play in it that I can. I have some low profile 90s coming today, so hopefully I can plumb that. Then I can mount the water pump, and then fill this thing up and just wire the water pump to turn on. I believe I'm gonna have it set on the Holley's gonna turn it on. I think once it hits about 115 degrees, I'll have the pump turn on, and then it's just gonna be full speed. I'm not gonna do any modulation on the pump. Just keep this thing cool. The fan's obviously gonna modulate, and then with our hood vents, we should really have no heating issue or no cooling issues. And then I have the derail. Transcooler was going to do the remote cooler in the back of the car, but kind of kept reading more and more issues with that. So I decided just to put the transcooler up front on the radiator. And obviously with the ZL1 fan, it should keep everything cool. Worst case, I add another cooler. Like I had the remote cooler. But yeah, John's over here finally doing something. So yeah, let's get this thing, get the cooler lines done, and then I'll add in a little second, or I guess third start, because I couldn't leave it running too long because the transmission didn't have any fluid in it. So yeah, that's why we can't get anything done. But then Adrian also did the Cobra Girl insert, so looks pretty cool. Like, it's almost tempting to get the car painted, but rust and scratches builds character, so we'll see. And stress builds character, as John's finding out. He's a big stressing. Every time I look over at John, he's just standing there, so we'll see. Maybe he starts working anytime soon. All right, let's go. So here we are. Goon Squad is here. We're gonna see if this thing starts. Oh, no, too far. Adrian's up there with the without a fire extinguisher. So let's see how this works. Scared the shit out of Adrian. Lower it. Stop. Is there any leaks? Any leaks? How far down? It said 1,500. Huh? Loosen. Yeah, no. Up and down. Go down a little bit more. Hold on. Yeah, go down. A little bit. That's fine. Yeah, this is a continuation of yesterday's video, so it's all gonna be one long video. So radiators in, we had like I mentioned earlier in the video, had a notch out about 1.5 inches. I think 1.5 inches, 1 3/8 out of the core support, and then this will get cleaned up once we did the tube front end in a few months. So I was able to make the intercooler piping work. Had to do some modifications. Basically had to cut this pipe apart and put a silicone coupling there, and that little extra room gave me room there And then I just used a long couplings. I didn't have another pipe, another long 90 to make it, because I think I need, it's like 6 to 8 inches extra of pipe. That's what she said, to make this fitting work. But I wanted to reuse this one because I have the intake air temp already welded on. So when we do the tube front end, this is going to get redone. I'm definitely going to try to get the radiator tilted forward more, or at least get the bottom kicked out, and we'll figure that out. Because basically right when we get back from LS Fest, probably that following weekend, pulling the fenders off, pulling the front bumper off, pulling the turbo. Crossover pipe should be able to stay. Down pipe comes off. All the cold side comes out. Radiator, obviously. Everything basically from shock tower forward, or from like the throttle body forward, is coming out to redo the cold side, and then go from there. So today's challenge, so now that I got the this pipe to clear that fitting, technically I could have done the straight now, or a regular long radius 90. I'm gonna mount the water pump right here underneath the frame, so it'll stick out. The inlet will face down and the outlet will face out, and then the outlet's pretty much gonna be a straight fitting. I think I have it at 45, and then this is gonna be, I'm gonna do the other fitting right. Pull that plug out and put it over there, because currently I have it set up for this side. So upper hose is gonna stay the same. Oh, did I scratch it? Yeah. So upper hose is gonna go from here to here. Lower hose, that bung's gonna get moved to the other side, and then I'm going to run from the water pump to there. So gonna clamp the cold side right now, and then I'm gonna jump onto that. And then I need to get a belt for this thing too, just so the alternator can actually start charging the battery. Yeah, I got my little to-do list today for Sunday. Pretty much clamp the cold side, get the cooling system plumbed, mount the water pump, get that mounted and done. So I just have to wire it. And the Holley's gonna control the water pump with an output. And then what else? I had another list of stuff. Get a belt, run the wire for the alternator, which is basically just follow the power cable down, and then because there's the relay block here, which I don't know if you can see it right there. That's what basically triggers the Holley on the screen to come on. So I'm gonna have when I have 12 volts cranking, it'll excite the alternator, get this thing turning, or get this thing charging. So that works like kind of factory-ish setup. Finish tightening down all the steam vent ports. I think that's it. Then try to wire in all my lights here, just so I can have that on the button, and finish up the dash, or at least the cluster, so I can get that done. All right, I'll get to it, and then I'll do another video for that one, because this one's gonna be long. All right, stay tuned. Don't forget, like, subscribe, smash that like button, as everybody else says. Oh, and I gotta do the wastegate and blow off valve plumbing too. Like, subscribe, follow, dislike, any engagements, good engagement, let me know.